Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my October wrap up. So, to be quite fair, I don't have a whole lot of books to talk about for November. I did finish 4, but they were all kind of in the same series. So, like, my first one is one series, and my second is another series. So this is probably going to be a pretty short video, but yeah. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first series that I read was Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, and the second one, Hellbent. So I'll hold both of them up here. So Ninth House is basically is kind of like a dark academia, except like in this you're not really following Alex as she's going to classes and learning magic or anything like that. So really what this is about is the secret societies of the Ivy League. So this takes place on Yale's campus in New Haven. And Alex, she can see ghosts. So something happened in her previous, I'm going to say previous life, because she is taking her enrollment in Yale as a new start for her. And so in what happened in her previous life, they were the people of this society, the Ninth House, basically has watched her ever since she was a child. And so they finally found the opportunity to be like, hey, come join our society, be like a policeman basically for all the other secret societies of Yale, and we will give you a full ride, and you can like start over and all that stuff. So she says yes, and she goes to Yale. Basically, all she has to do is make sure that these societies don't break any of the major rules. But then a mystery happens. So there's a murder, and the normal everyday police, so there is a liaison between the Ninth House and the police department. And he's like, hey, this doesn't have anything to do with you. Just stay in your own lane, whatever. But Alex has a hunch. So she follows that hunch. And then you find out some background stuff as well, because something happened to her mentor, Darlington, but you don't really find that out until like throughout this book. It's not a linear timeline, and it's great. This really kept me on my toes. The research that Leigh Bardugo had to do to be able to write this, oh my gosh. Well, and let me tell you, I liked this one like just as much, and it is great. And I mean, they're big, they're kind of chunky. I'd say they're like mid chunky, because I read chunkier books, but so good. Like I couldn't put either of them down. My October was just super busy, so I didn't get a whole lot of time to read like I wanted to, but I'm so glad I got to read these. But yeah, check them out if you haven't already. The other series I read in October was the first 2 books in the Folk Heir series by Holly Black. So The Cruel Prince and then The Wicked King. So to be quite fair, I liked them, but I didn't love them like a lot of people are saying that they loved. Like I have read and I've watched some videos of like people being like, oh my God, these are great. You have to check them out. A love that's just like pulls your heart out. I didn't get that. And don't get me wrong, the main character, Jude, she is a very interesting character. She's kind of gray in my opinion. But I don't know, like, and the main guy, Cardin, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's YA and I'm just not syncing with it. It might be why, but basically in this series, you have a fairy that came to the mortal realm when these two girls were about 7, and their mother was married to this fairy. Well, what happened was this fairy killed not only their mother but also their father. So the fairy felt indebted to them and he couldn't leave them alone. So he took not only his birth daughter but also Jude and her twin sister to fairy, and he raised them. So these two girls have lived in fairy their entire lives. They're mortal, and so the fairies prey on the mortal. They don't treat them the same, and these girls though do have it a little bit differently just because who their father is. He is the general of the king's army. So what happens in this book is there is political scheming. There are, just not very nice people. And Jude tries to gain as much power as she can because she's mortal, which is, understandable, but it makes her morally gray. But you kind of know that there's something going on between her and Cardin. We don't really know that until the second book, though. I mean, it's not a spoiler because everybody knows that this is a fantasy romance kind of thing. It wasn't getting to me. I don't know why. So I plan to read the third book here soon, but I was disappointed, and I hate to say that because I was really hoping I'd like it. So those were the 4 books that I was able to read in October. Let me know down below what are some of the books that you were able to read this October. I would love to know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you guys for the next one. Thanks for coming to hang out, and don't forget, be good people. When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost,